In this lesson, learn how to perform a card spring. Make the cards jump from one hand to another. An in-depth lesson showing you how to recreate a flourish that professional magicians around the world perform all the time. Hey, welcome to Quantum Magic Lab. My name's Kevin Quantum and I am a magician-scientist hybrid. Every day I'll be teaching a new magic trick, sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, but always amazing for your audiences and with easy to find objects, most of which you'll already have in your house. I'll not just be telling you how this works, but also the real secrets of why this works. I'm a magician-scientist hybrid after all. I really need your feedback to make these better, so remember to comment below and tell me if you like it, tell me if you don't like it, but most importantly tell me why, so then I can improve this. So please subscribe just here. I do these every day. This is just so you do not miss out on any future content. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so today we're going to learn how to do the card spring. That's the act of taking a pack of cards and then taking it and springing it from one hand into another hand, like that. It's one of the coolest, most impressive flourishes you can do with a pack of cards, and it takes practice, so I'll not lie to you, this one does take a bit of time and practice, but I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you. If you are a small person like Olivia, then I'm going to try and give you this is Olivia Quantum, by the way. Do you want to say hello, Olivia? Hello. A woman of very few words, and she's going to be learning this one for to show you that Olivia, what age are you, Olivia? 6. She's 6 years old, that she can even pick up the start of this one, and the older you get, the more you'll be able to do. So, pack of cards. I'm a bit older than maybe some of you watching this, so to start with, what you're going to do is just simply take one card to work with. You're going to take that one card and you're going to hold it with your finger and your thumb. You can do this as well, Olivia. And right in the middle of the card, like that, with your first finger and your thumb right in the middle of the card. And then you're going to bend it in so it kind of makes like a crescent moon shape. Just there, like that. You're going to bend it till it's about 90 degrees. That's about a quarter of a circle. Alright? Now in a second I'm going to lift my elbow up high. And just by lifting my elbow, that's going to point the card at the table, which is good because you're going to need a big table for this one. Then in a second, what you're going to see me do is, if you just watch my first finger there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten that first finger like that. And when I do that, the card's going to fly out onto the table. So I'm not going to move my thumb. I'm just going to take my first finger and do that, and then the card's going to spring onto the table. Do you want to show us, Olivia? Go for it. So use your first finger, and if the cards are too big, I've also made up some really small practice cards. So if you get a piece of white card and then cut these up, they're roughly about, probably about 7 or 8 centimeters in length. They're about 3/4 of the size of a normal card. So these are the ones that I'm going to give to Olivia to try it with. So again, Olivia, if you hold that between your thumb and your first finger, bend to about 90 degrees, straighten your first finger and it jumps forward. So bring your hand right above the table and lift your elbow up nice and high. That's it. Lift your elbow up nice and high and straighten your first finger. That's good, keep on doing that. So what the action you're trying to do is you're trying to get that card to jump forward. Yeah, it's going to stick to your hand a little bit to start with, so try and make sure the piece of paper is really close to the end of your first finger. So when you do that, it just jumps forward. Yeah, kind of. So keep on doing that, bend it a few times and have it jump forward. So it's not going to jump, it's not going to, if you were to drop it, it would just land straight down. We're not doing that. We're having it, I'll try and do this from the side a little bit, so it goes like that. So there's a little diagonal trail to it when it lands on the ground. So you're going to keep on doing that over and over again. How are you getting on, Olivia? Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. So you're getting it really good. So now once you've mastered one, you're going to take a second piece card. You're going to put that on top. And again, you're going to hold two together, like a small, really small pack of cards. Your thumb and your first finger are going to go right in the middle. And the same thing again, you're going to you're going to straighten your first finger like that. And then you're going to fly out one after each other. And that essentially is a card spring, but just with only 2 cards. That's it. So lift your elbow up nice and high, Olivia.
I just didn't
Tip them. Oh, show us again. Oh, you just dropped them that time. That's okay. What will happen in the early days is you're going to start dropping the cards quite a lot, but that's absolutely fine. So just hold them like that and eventually straighten your finger out. So I think it's because you've got your middle finger on there as well. If you want to keep your middle finger out of the way, you can put your first finger, your thumb, put your middle finger on top like that. So that keeps it out of the way. And then just straighten your first finger out. That was good. It sort of stuck to your finger a little bit there. So try and keep it, so it's, when you're straightening your fingers out, you're still going to have to keep the card bent at 90 degrees. That's it. And that helps the spring forward. There we go. Now you're getting the hang of it. Keep on doing that. And everyone at home, just keep on practicing that over and over again. You're going to have to practice this maybe 100 times till you get used to, till your fingers get used to that action. Remember, keep your elbow high, keep the cards bent, and then just practice them so they jump forwards. Very good, Olivia. Now we're going to fast forward through this. Normally it would take you a bit longer, so feel free to pause the video and do this. We're going to take another one now, we're going to add it on the top. So now you've got 3, and I've got 3, and then we're going to do it with 3, and the same thing. Lift your elbow, make the crescent moon, bend them to 90 degrees, and then 1, 2, 3. Oh, yours are still dropping down, so keep on trying that, Olivia. I think what you're doing is you're not bending the cards. So remember to keep the cards bent 90 degrees and they should just jump out. So 2 of mine stuck together there. And that's fine, that'll sometimes happen as well. So when you're cutting these, what will sometimes happen if the cards aren't exactly the same size, then sometimes they might jump out at 2 at a time. So let's have a look at Olivia's hands. 1, that's it. Oh, your middle finger's getting in the way again. So remember to put your middle finger on top of your first finger like that. So you'll probably be making the same mistakes that Olivia. So put your first finger and your middle finger on top, keep the other ones out of the way. That's it. Very good. You tried to put that one down on top. Now what you're going to do over time is you're going to add more and more and more and more onto your pile. So just say for instance, I'm going to go back to cards that are a bit easier for my hands because they're bigger. I've got about 6 cards now on my pile. You can take all of those if you want, Olivia. And what's going to happen is, again, exactly the same thing. They're going to just jump forward onto the table. That's it. So I've got a card mat here, which is a piece of felt which has been cut out just to, that keeps the cards from sliding too far. Maybe you have a tablecloth on your mat as well. Oh, by the way, what do you think of the new Magic Lab set? We changed things up a little bit. Thought I'd show you a bit of a different part of the house. What do you think, Olivia? Do you like this better?
I think.
Good thing, good. So again, I've got 6 now, and they're just going to go forward. That's one dropped off the table, so I've only got 5. Are you getting on, Olivia? Oh, so you're not bending them enough. So you've got to keep them bent. That's the secret to this one. You've got to, so use your middle finger and your first finger, and that will help you keep the cards, because this is called a card spring. And it's important that they're not, that's because your thumb went the wrong way that time. You can pick them up, that's okay. You're going to drop them on the floor. Oh, you have your middle fingers in the way, so you have to keep your middle finger in the way. So lift your elbow up so they go downwards. Keep the cards bent. Keep your fingers right in the middle of the card. Put your middle finger on top, and then they go like that. They will go forwards. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit again because we've only got a short amount of time on these YouTube videos. I'm going to go now to say about 20 pieces of card, but just with Olivia's ones, so you can see even with the pieces of card that aren't proper playing cards, it still works quite nicely. Let me just put them all together, Olivia.
Yeah,
there we are. So we've got 6. You're going to do that. I'll just jump in quickly. So you've got 6 there, and you're almost getting a spring there. It's not the perfect, beautiful one that you can do with playing cards, but they are jumping out one at a time. They're almost making that noise as well, aren't they? Almost making that noise. So that's the start of a spring. There's only 6 pieces of paper there. That can go up to 60 if you want. You can have lots and lots of pieces of card. I'm going to use half a deck. Exactly the same thing now. This was 26 pieces of 26 playing cards here. There's a card fan, you'll remember from one of the earlier lessons. You bend the cards so they're 90 degrees-ish. You make a crescent moon. I put my other finger on top to help me with that. I tip my hands there. My thumb is going to stay still. All my first finger is going to do is that. It's going to go from there to there, like that's all the move that's going to happen. And now I'm going to make my left hand, because I'm right-handed, My left hand's going to do the catching. I'm going to make it really big, like a massive claw. The cards are going to fly in like this. They're going to hit off the first finger there, then they're going to land, and my other fingers will catch them so they don't tip off to the side. I'm going to tip my hand back like that. So when that comes into there, it's going to land. Oops, it will land, hitting my first finger, and then it won't tip off to the side. So with lots of cards, elbow high, bend the cards, middle finger, everything's right in the middle. I'm now going to aim at my finger, and I'm going to jump them all off. And that last one got a bit crazy.
Yes, I went too.
So I'm going to start off really close to my hand, so I don't drop any. Now I'm not going to try and move my hand away. You dropped another one. This always happens, don't worry about it. I'm going to just come in here like this, look how high my elbow is to start with. Look how I'm tilting my hand back like that as well. You drop another one, Olivia, just go for it. And then you just drop them all in just like that, nice and slowly, into your hand. Then over time, the next step you're going to do, once you've managed to do that, and you're getting that beautiful riffle noise, you're going to start moving your hand a little bit further away. You see what I'm doing? I don't start back here, I start really close, I come away a little bit, then I come back close again. So I start close, come away, and end up close as well. And then over time, the more cards you get, the further you can bring your hand away. So I've now got 2/3 of the deck, probably about 35 cards, 36 cards. I start close, come further away, and go back again. Start close, come further away, go back again. I've got my elbow up nice and high. That's really good, Olivia. Your next thing you're going to do is add your left hand to that. And then when you are ready, when you've got lots and lots of pieces of paper, I'll use all the cards with the jokers, 54 cards, 52 plus the 2 jokers. I'm going to start close in, I'm going to come away, and I'm going to come back again to finish. So it's like an accordion, that kind of action, just like that. Start close, come back, and come in again. You guys are going to drop a lot of cards. You're going to play a lot of what we magicians call 52 card pickup. That's absolutely fine. You get some of your health and fitness exercise for the day in as well. But once you have mastered this one, it is super cool. Just remember those steps that I taught you. Lift the elbow, fingers right in the middle, 90 degrees, make that crescent moon, and then only ever move that first finger in and out. The thumb stays pretty much as still as you can make it. And once you've done it with 1 card, then do it with 2, then do it with 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30. And before you know it, you'll be using a full pack of cards. And once your hands are strong enough to be able to bend a full deck, because that action, even for me, is quite a hard thing to do. You have to get quite strong. That's where my middle finger comes in. Once you're strong enough to do that, to bend 52 cards like that, the next thing you'll be able to do is create a beautiful spring. But even if you can only do it with 5 or 10 cards just now to start off with, that's absolutely fine. This is one that will take a long time to master, especially if you're wee, because you have to learn all the actions. If you're big and strong, then that's cool as well. Keep on doing it, give it a shot, have fun with this one. It's difficult, but it is so worth it. Isn't it, Olivia?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. See you soon.
Bye.
Sweet. So the science behind this one is all to do with springs. Do you know what a spring is, Olivia?
No.
Well, most simply, it's like most commonly, it's a metal coil. So what I've done here is I've taken a paper clip, one of the ones we were using in an earlier magic trick, and I tried to coil it into, well, try to bend circles into the wire. And what I'm actually doing here is bending the way the actual atoms are sitting next to each other. And once you've created a spring is a really cool thing, cool piece of technology that humans have kind of invented, or at least made their own. Because with any springs are great at storing energy and then giving out the energy in a certain way. So maybe if it's in a car, it's a very, very rudimentary, rubbishy, to be honest, spring. If I push that down, what do you think wants to happen, Olivia? It wants to spring back to its original shape, doesn't it? So by pushing down on that sort of really simple spring, it wants to push back. And the same thing if I pull it apart. What happens if I pull it apart a little bit? What does it want to do?
Go back.
That's right, it wants to go back to its original shape. So springs, when you pull them or push them, you put energy into them. And then when you let go of them, that energy is released. And it's exactly the same with the card spring here. When you bend a card, you're putting energy into that card. That card wants to release. And all you're doing with your fingers, what magicians are doing, is controlling how that energy is released. And when you do that over and over and over again with lots and lots of different cards, you get that beautiful card spring where lots of cards are sprung from one hand to another. All that energy is stored in the card, that what we call in physics potential energy, because it's got potential to do stuff. And then you release it by moving your finger just a little bit like that, and it jumps forward. So that's the science bit. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for Magic Lab again. We really do appreciate it. For your next lesson, you will need a piece of card, maybe about the size of a postcard, and a pen. That's all you need, a Sharpie pen or any color pen you want. If you don't have a postcard piece of card, what you can do is get an Amazon envelope or a cornflakes box or whatever and cut out a piece of card. Try and make it so that it's blank on both sides, that way you can draw on it easier. One way of doing that is just getting a big piece of card and folding it in half. I'll show you exactly how it's going to work tomorrow. Remember to spread the word about this, subscribe below if you are on YouTube, tell your friends, and I really hope you're enjoying Magic Lab. And if you want a shout out, then please do leave your name and your top 3 magic tricks that you've learned so far below in the comments, and I will shout out in future videos different names. Thanks, bye bye.